welcome back to the show. There is a great new program you can see on APTN.
Yes, this one might cause some controversy. Carmen Moore joining us. She plays Leona Stoney in Blackstone, which premieres APTN starting Tuesday, January 25th. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
We haven't seen you in a while.
Good to be back on the couch.
Hey.
Last time we saw you was for Godivas, wasn't it? Or
Probably.
Yeah,
Godivas are a natural and accidental.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Something in there.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Blackstone. I sort of lightly said that this might cause some controversy, but this is a very different production.
It is. I don't think there's anything like this on TV right now. It's like the pilot is very, very dark, and we delve into some pretty touchy subjects. But I think this is stuff that needs to be talked about. Gordon Tatoussis has said on many occasions that this show is very timely. There are some things coming to light in Native politics, and stuff going on in reserves that not a lot of people know about. Yeah. And we're shining a light on it.
Well, tell us about Blackstone, what it is, where it is, and what unfolds.
Okay. Blackstone is a drama about a fictional reserve in Alberta. I play an alcohol and drug counselor that comes back to her reserve and takes over as chief.
Yeah.
So the pilot is going to re-air tomorrow. It focuses on the alcohol and drug addiction, the dysfunction and the corrupt politics in the band office and all of this kind of crazy stuff. It's really cheerful.
But you know what? It is unfortunately a reality for some people. And you did say that Mike and I have seen the pilot, which is very dark, and it kind of is when your character takes over. But maybe tell us a little bit more about your character.
Leona Stoney. She's
had a bit of a journey, Leona.
A little bit. She's had a rough life.
Yeah.
But she's gotten herself together. She moved off the reserve and she went into the city, cleaned herself up. She became an alcohol and drug counselor, and she comes back to the reserve to work in the treatment center there and work with people in her community. When she realizes that things are just a mess there and nobody knows what to do to help, she realizes that even though I don't know what I'm doing, I gotta get in there and do something.
Well, and she's an interesting character too, because she does have this sort of foot in both worlds. I mean, she's kind of a city dweller and she's dating a white guy, and yet she's still really involved with. I keep forgetting. We've seen the first 2 episodes.
Don't give anything away.
I'm not supposed to say too much, but it is interesting because I think her character represents most a lot of Aboriginal people that sort of live in multiple worlds like everybody else.
Trying to get away from the depressing part of living on. On a reserve, right? And a lot, you come to the city and you don't really, you kind of don't fit.
Boy, the characters are well acted in this too. Like, I mean,
we had an amazing cast.
Yeah, the cast is crazy in this because it is dark and yet it's so believable and it's so real and so topical. And I think that's a hard thing, right? Because people have to just kind of embrace that darkness a little bit and not fight it too much when you're doing it. What was it like when you're working on a production like this? Because you guys had the whip cracked a little bit, but is it a little depressing? I mean, because you're talking about real situations.
It is. I mean, a lot of people don't understand. And when you're acting, you're actually feeling all those emotions. If you're not feeling them, you're not portraying it properly. It's not going to be believable.
So you got to go down in the dark.
You really do. I come out of it, and I'm just.
What kind of research did you do for your character to get into the role?
I didn't do a whole lot for Leona because she really is going into this character. She's a fish out of water, right? She's jumping into something that she really knows nothing about. So I didn't do a whole lot. The political part of stuff I kind of rely on Michelle and Gordon. They're very political.
Yeah. So
anything I question, I'm like, Michelle, what does this mean?
Well, why don't we have a look at the clip now? Set this up for us if you can.
The clip that we're about to see is from the pilot. This is me running for chief, realizing that something's got to be done.
You got to change.
We got to
Here is a scene from Blackstone. Here it is.
I've tried hard to honor that pipe, to live in a good way, to give back to my community, and I've never needed the Indian Act or INAC or a band chief to tell me who I am or where I belong. I want to talk about what we're doing. There's a bigger problem here than what's been going on in the band office. Our silence. We don't need to sit and wait for Ottawa to impose a governance act. We don't have time to waste. Our Indigenous title is this close to being taken away from us. We need to act now.
Good speech.
Thanks.
I like that. Extremely well written as well. I mean, you know,
isn't it?
sort of
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with our writers.
Now, you guys shot this really, really quickly. Is that an unusual thing?
We did the pilot in a week.
Wow.
And actually, yeah, and over the summer in Edmonton, we shot 8 1-hours in 8 weeks. It was insane.
That's a lot, but it must have made it easy for you and the cast to bond.
Oh, I love them. I love them all. I love them all so much. The cast and the crew are amazing. It's one of those productions that everybody just fell in love with each other, and you know, we're all just working our butts off. So.
Well, and I think I've been reading a few interviews, you know, with a whole bunch of different people, whether it's Gordon or yourself, and everybody's really proud of this.
Really,
you know, and sort of what it's saying as well. And there's all kinds of little instances, but you know, it's fascinating to watch something where. You can see that idea of victimization is really wearing thin.
It really is.
For a lot of
gory.
Aboriginal cultures.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored. It's time to start taking responsibility, I think.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of communities that really are stepping up and making really great changes, and a lot of really thriving. But there's still so many communities that are kind of stuck in this, and it's time to start working from within.
Well, and what a pleasure for you as an actor to you know, the more you see that in a fictional format, the more normalized that conversation becomes outside of the fiction.
Right. It gives people permission to start talking about it, because I don't think a lot of people know that this stuff is happening.
Or they're afraid to talk about it.
Or they're afraid. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, make sure that you check it out. It will be on APTN. You can check your local listings, and it will also be airing on Showcase as well. But it is a great show, and congratulations.
Thank
nice to see you
so much.
Yeah, I'm cheering for you
Yeah,
as
you
chief. I'm like, go Leona!